Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running from Raymond James. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They run it. It's the rookie out of Michigan State. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Pass play now. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they had that one contained right at the line. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. No gain on the play there. Might need to dig into that bag of tricks for 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Trying for the deep ball. And oh, he drops the deep shot. A big play to start the game, but it slips through incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. Tampa Bay in punt formation now. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Bucks ready to send it away on 4th as Jake Camarda runs on to punt it. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss and now gets this one away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Eagles will take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave them enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hand off to the back. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Forced out to his right. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out rush coming off the edge, and they block it!
It's one of those situations, Kate, where it kind of just felt, actually it looked like they just assumed that other group was not going to go after that block and just make it a 7-0 game. You can never, ever assume anything at any point in this game. You got to have that sense of urgency to do your job, and they did not as that kick got blocked.
Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Starting from the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll run here on first down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Second and 6 coming up here. Here's the one back on the handoff. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return. Still a turnover. Wow. Oh. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. They'll throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. But that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Takes off right out of the read option. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it 2nd and 4. From the 46. This finds Smith. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They're throwing it. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that one comes down at the 2 before... the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First throw for the backup now. Cut out left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take the lead on that successful kick. Now Camarda on to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he'll get it up to the 44. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Pass play on 1st and 10. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
2nd and 10 now. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some storm.
He dropped the ball. My best receiver. God almighty, dude.
Things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps.
No, he just dropped it.
A surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. Got for big yards on the right side. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They've got 1st down from the 31. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 29. He's on the move. He loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't. On football, and the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Second and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. May now. Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
Now that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. So no return on that cross.
Why is my linebacker back there?
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
2nd and 8. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw now. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down for a loss.
Oh boy, and this was doomed from the start. Left the pocket in search of greener pastures, but things weren't much better on the other side.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Starts the return at the 34. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense.
Come on, bring it back. Go, shot.
1st and 10 from the 41. Plowing up the middle. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Buccaneers with 2nd and 6.
Can't we score? Let's go. Me and the homies can trade your outfits. All my money back. Ready? Let's go now.
Here's May. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Made a throw it. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Waste of time.
Jake Camarda on to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. They're out and set. 1st and 10. And in motion, out of the slot. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Completed left side to Smith. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. Here comes the final play of our first half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit.
Go, 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 go! Run the ball! Come on, you can do it!
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Camarda on to send it away. Return coming from the 6. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's a give up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He managed 6 on the play.
Sorry, dude. I got 2 wide receivers hurt now.
4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff. And he's able to
God damn, dude, that's a first down. That is crap.
Just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
That is straight crap.
Really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down, but instead the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Straight crap. He fell to the 1st down.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Back now, pressure on its way. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Blown back, gets the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. He'll look to throw. Taken in by Smith. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Trying the right side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. Taken in by Likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on 1st down. More to come.
They'll send him up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2.
Dude, it's got me going for 2 because I'm down. I don't like this.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. And this one thankfully not off the mark. He gets it to go. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying the handoff. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing is May. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I can't do nothing with that.
Doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier. You count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. May. He's trying to push the field. He had it for a moment.
That's a 98 speed guy. Why does he look so slow?
The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jogging after the play.
Tip that up.
The guy know he roughed him up. It cost him that catch.
Tip that up, dude.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air. It's May. This one falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To the air yet again, May.
Let's go! Is that my... Yep, he got him. He's got to have one more.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Second and 3 now. From the 41. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. Well, we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock, but how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They hand this one off. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Pass play coming here. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Buccaneers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Going ground here. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to the well again. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on for one final quarter. Third and just 2 to go. May looking to throw. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete.
I don't understand how you play better defense than that. God, dude. I have no luck at all. No luck.
Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Can I get to the guy I want to get to?
On 1st down, they'll run.
Oh my God!
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to get this down to the 13. That's going to be 6 on the run, so that brings up 3rd and right around 8.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
And the Birds put their dime package out there. Third down coming up. Rush coming for May. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Here's a give on first and goal. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's second and goal. They'll hand it to him again. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. Joseph now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Buccaneers grow their lead to 8. Now Camarda on to send it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain.
Tick, tick, tick. Tick-tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Able to get it to Barkley. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
To throw it on 1st down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Here's a handoff up the gut. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And he's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Joseph now for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Buccaneers lead by 15 now. Now Camarda on to send it away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively. But listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And a man is there to knock that away.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
They'll throw on 1st. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
2nd and 10 now. Into the hands of Likely. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Back to pass on 1st and 10. This finds Likely. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, It's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
All their timeouts left, but they still need a quick score here. It's 1st and 10. And the trick play doesn't pay off. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Now to throw. Has it down close. And he pushes all the way to the goal line, but gonna be out at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles get it back to within 1 score. Down inside 30 seconds now. Their hopes resting on finding a way to get this football. And the Bucs are able to get to this kick, and now they're just a few moments from victory. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. They give it to him again. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. Sound the cannons, baby. The Buccaneers winning here in Tampa. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you not included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.